Does your ADHD have you impulsively shopping, non-stop buying things that you don't really need? In this video, I'll be exposing the true cost of living with ADHD and what lengths I'll go to become productive with ADHD as a student at Oxford University, even if that means spending £5,000 on Black Friday, which I guess in some weird roundabout way has been me trying to stop myself procrastinating whilst simultaneously procrastinating. My channel is all about the systems and gadgets that help me make marginal 1% gains with ADHD, but sometimes this comes at a major cost. This video isn't necessarily educational in any way, unless you want to learn what not to do. If you're looking for my usual videos around living productively with ADHD, then please click away. Instead, I'll be showing you how I spent almost £5,000 in this year's Black Friday sales in the name of productivity whilst letting my impulse buying out of control. The funny thing is I consolidated some of my strategies to stop myself impulse buying and shared a video on this last week, and this is money I spent after applying all those tactics. So I can't imagine how much I would have spent if I didn't control myself. I'm being really transparent because I want to be honest about my ADHD and what living with ADHD really means. So there's broadly 4 categories of purchases that I've made, and all these have been throughout or leading up to Black Friday. Over 90% of the purchases have been on my wish list for at least 6 months, but there's a few that I've slipped through and have been spontaneous impulse buys. One of my biggest reasons for being spontaneous was just how much time it was taking me to find a deal and ponder over whether I actually needed it or whether it was a want. In the end, I decided to not waste any more time and just bite the bullet to optimize my life setup. I've split the purchases into 4 categories: YouTube gear, cycling gear, personal, and gifts. The only way I'm able to stay on top of my purchases is because of my solid Monzo setup for ADHD. So this video didn't really take that much time. Check this video out next to learn more about my Monzo setup. It's been really mind-blowing to see just how much I ended up spending, so stay till the end to see the exact total. YouTube gear. So I've recently started to take my YouTube channel pretty seriously. I've started to really enjoy it, and it's been a creative outlet that's helped me make sense of my life with ADHD. And I'm glad I've been able to distill some of my lessons learned over the past few years of full-time study. My top 5 purchases have all been intentional, but some of the other purchases I was compelled to make after really learning about YouTube and optimizing my channel. I managed to get some good deals, but I also got impatient and decided to impulse buy. So my top purchase has been the DJI Mini 2 drone Fly More kit, which I managed to get secondhand for £385. I decided to go for the older Mini 2 because I felt it was a lot more value for money than the Mini 3, as it also has the 4K performance but for only half the price. I then paid £10 to sit a drone test and get a fly ID, which isn't really needed on a sub 250 gram drone in the UK, but I decided to anyway to be on the safe side, and I also bought a 256GB Samsung mini SD card for £17.99 to use in the drone. So that's £412.99 in total. My second major purchase was the SanDisk Extra Portable SSD V2, which is 2TB. I've been wanting to make the transition to SSD storage for a while now, and getting a drone has really meant that I needed to get the extra storage. I managed to get 2 for £250 during Black Friday, which I thought was a bargain. Next, I wanted a really lightweight portable carbon fiber tripod and decided to go for the Rolei compact tripod with Arca Swiss compatibility, which weighs less than a kilo. I'm hoping I'll be able to use it a lot more to film good B-roll footage and to carry it in my bag portably. My fourth main purchase was the DJI Osmo Mobile 6, which is a great 3-axis iPhone gimbal stabilizer. I decided to also go for the 3-year insurance for it, which I now regret as they're pretty robust. This sent me back £153.59. My fifth major purchase was upgrading my lighting system and moving away from a ring light to dimmable bicolor LED lights, which has helped me improve my filming setup drastically, and this sent me back another £152.99, bringing the total so far to £1,127.91. I don't really have any major regrets in my major 5 purchases in this category because ultimately I'll use everything here. The drone was probably me being excessive, but I enjoy it and it's something I've wanted for a long time, and I managed to get on a good deal. The next 16 purchases cost me £355.35 in total. Yeah, you heard that correct. The next 16 purchases are all again about improving my YouTube setup and really investing in this hobby. I've managed to improve my audio with a boom scissor stand for doing voiceovers, and I had to get all the necessary contraptions for it, which were quite a few. Next, I couldn't be bothered getting the latest GoPro Hero 11, so instead I went for a few solid iPhone mounts and clamps to help me secure my iPhone to my bike. I also went for a few other camera accessories, and in total I spent £1,483 £1,082.26 on YouTube gear, which, believe it or not, is only the second largest category. It'll almost definitely be a waste of money if I don't stay consistent on YouTube. So here's hoping I can stay consistent to justify some of these sporadic purchases. Cycling gear. Cycling makes up a huge part of living and studying in Oxford. It's one of the safest cycle towns in the UK. Cycling allows me to experience the outdoors whilst helping my mental health and fitness. I've been planning to upgrade my old bike for several months now, and I couldn't decide between a road bike or a gravel bike. Gravel bikes are a lot more friendly off-road and during the winter months, but you're really compromising on speed. Road bikes are the opposite. They're generally a few kilograms lighter at the risk of being a little less durable because of their narrow tires. In the end, I decided to go for safety and went for a gravel bike. I managed to get the Cannondale Topstone 2 gravel bike in Stealth Grey, which was released in July. It's a mid-range bike in the Cannondale lineup. It has a Smartform C2 alloy frame with the forks being a full rigid carbon. It comes with a 10-speed Shimano GRX 400 gravel specific group set. The in-store price on sale was £1,800, but I managed to get the bike on a solid deal for £636.30, with modifications including mudguards, pannier rack and a bottle cage fitted, bringing the total to £718.70. I then went for a Kryptonite D-lock to secure the bike. Kryptonite locks have a 10 out of 10 rating and will refund you pretty much the whole cost of the bike if it's ever broken into and stolen. I also bought a few extras and accessories to help me ride safely in the winter. In total, I spent £923.71 on the bike with all the accessories, which brings our total so far to £2,406.97. Personal. This category is all the expenses I made on clothes and other items I bought for myself that don't really fit into the other categories. I spent around £218.76 on some new clothes for my wardrobe this autumn. I also bought myself a few of my favourite perfumes. None of these are necessary purchases at the moment, but I thought to capitalise on the deals. I also bought myself a massage gun, which I've wanted for a few months now, and I couldn't decide on which one to go for, so I just went for a relatively cheap one that was £40, but I managed to get it 20% off. So this is definitely not a necessary purchase, but I'm a huge fan of mouse products. I think they just look sick. I managed to get this one for £20.45, and it matches my wife's phone for when I hand these down to her and replace it with AirPods Pro 2 at some point. In total, in this category, I spent £364.65, which brings our total now to £2,771.62. Gifts. By far, my biggest expense category has been buying gifts for my family members, and I've justified these as there's been quite a few important dates that have come up or are coming up, including my wife and I's first anniversary and my dad's birthday. I like totally hooking up family members when I buy them phones, and that includes buying them all mouse cases, screen protectors, and a decent wrist strap. Last year I got my dad the iPhone 13 Pro Max fully kitted out, and this year I got my wife the iPhone 14 Pro fully kitted out. I decided not to go for mouse items for everything, as I think screen protectors and wrist straps are massively marked up, but mouse does do some really good durable cases. So on my wife's phone I spent in total £1,494.18, which is probably the easiest £1,500 I spent. I also bought a few other bits and bobs for her, including clothes and other things, which come to £133.88. Lastly, it's my dad's birthday coming up, so I bought him a few items, and these came to £343.97 in total. This brings our gift items to £1,972.03, and our total overall expenses during Black Friday to £4,743.62. I still can't believe I spent almost £5,000 in the Black Friday sales, but I'm glad I've been able to share this with you. It's really helped me process my spending habits, and I'm going to go away and do some thinking to develop some new strategies to make good financial decisions with ADHD. I don't have any regrets, and I know living and learning with ADHD is part of life, so subscribe and turn your notifications on to keep up to date with how I try to live a productive and a meaningful life with ADHD, whilst being a medical doctor in the UK's National Health Service and a PhD student at the University of Oxford. Thank you for watching. Till next time.